Okay, anybody else with anything else that would like to check into the net while we're still taking check-ins? Please come now.
Hey, that's QT with the query.
Yes, sir, go right ahead.
Oh, just curious if you got any of XTL and any SQT, because our Echo Link went out and I had to go upstairs and get the HT.
Yes, sir, I've got you both on the list. Absolutely.
Thank you. Any of SQT?
Dang it. I don't know what I was supposed to be doing here, but, there we go. Yeah. Oh, quit it. There we go. Okay. Maybe now I have some internet. All right. Well, while I'm trying to find where my tablet downloaded that stinking rules and revelations at, probably here in downloads, I would imagine. Anybody have anything for the net that you would like to cover this evening? We'd sure like to hear it now. Any questions regarding field day? Any questions as to where you should go, what you should take? Absolutely anything. We're going to try and spend the majority of tonight talking about field day, about the exchanges, and about the new rules for this year. Absolutely, Ted. Go right ahead, sir.
I was just kind of curious about all these different classifications for day. Like, for instance, if I'm not running off a battery and I run off a power supply with regular alternating current, what kind of classification that would be. And people get like extra points with QRP, and I don't know. Kind of like down that, that's what I'm curious about. Back to you, Glenn.
Roger. A good question, and that's what that exchange is what we will go over quite a bit of tonight. I noticed a classification in here that I did not remember from last year, and that is a Class F, as in Foxtrot. And this may not be new. I may just not have read it last year. But Class F, Emergency Operations Centers, EOCs, an amateur radio station at an established EOC activated by a club or non-club group. Class F operations must take place at an established EOC site. Stations may utilize equipment and antenna temporarily or permanently installed at the EOC for the event. Entries will be reported according to the number of transmitters in simultaneous operation. Class F stations are eligible for a free VHF station. All Class F stations are eligible for a GOTA station, which is a get on the air. So that's the one glaring thing that and like I say, I may have missed it last year. It may have been there, but I may have missed it. That being said, QRP, well, let's talk about QRP. During field day, there really isn't such a thing that I know of. Simply because you're maxed out at 100 watts. You can't you can't run anything over 100 watts, at least as far as I've read, during field day. It just doesn't count. All right. Well, I might as well get down to it. This is WA7FSH, your net control station and host for the Outdoors Net this evening. And I'm just going to start at the top and go over some of these. Rule changes for ARRL Field Day 2025. Eligibility criteria for the GOTA, which is a Get on the Air, GOTA station for Class A and Class F stations has changed, says C 4.11. So I'll let you know when we get down there, right there. Eligibility. Field day is open to all amateurs in the areas, wow, in the areas covered by the ARRL/RAC field organizations and countries within IARU Region 2. DX stations residing in other regions may be contacted for credit and may submit entries as check logs. The object: to work as many stations as possible in the 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meter HF bands, as well as all bands 50 megahertz and above, and in doing so, to learn to operate in abnormal situations in less than optimal conditions. A premium is placed on developing skills to meet the challenges of emergency preparedness, as well as to acquaint the general public with the capabilities of amateur radio. So just like the lunch picnic that we have every year in September, this is an opportunity for us to show the general public what it is that we do. What kind of services do we really provide? So that's why there are extra points for things like an elected official of a city or something, county government or something like that, coming out and visiting the site during field day, etc., etc. Lots of little extras along the way. So, and I'm not going to read them all tonight, but I will mention a few, and I encourage you all to jump over to the ARRL website and look up the ARRL. And look up the ARRL Field Day 2025 rules. I will continue. Date and time period. Field Day 2025 will be held June 28th and 29th. Field Day is always, in big bold capital letters, the fourth full weekend of June, beginning at 1800 UTC Saturday and ending at 2059 UTC Sunday. So that means it starts at 11 o'clock our time here in on the west coast of the United States. So 11 a.m. You want to make sure you got all your ducks in a row and sitting down with your logbook. All right, and there is some timing here regarding setting up stations. All right. Class A and B stations that do not begin setting up until 1800 UTC on Saturday may operate the entire 27-hour field day period. Stations who begin setting up before 1800 UTC Saturday may work only 24 consecutive hours, commencing when the on-air operations begin. No Class A or Class B station may begin its setup earlier than 0000 hours UTC on Friday or Thursday afternoon, or evening local time preceding the field day period. All right. Entry categories. Field day entries are classified according to the maximum number of simultaneously transmitted signals, followed by a designator indicating the nature of their individual or group participation. The minimum number of transmitters that must be claimed is 1, and 20 transmitters maximum are eligible for the purpose of calculating bonus points. 2,000 bonus points maximum. Okay. So let me make sure that we clarify something there, and that is, let's take Ted. Let's take Ted up there in Clackamas. Ted's got a IC 7300 for his HF rig, and he's got some dual band for VHF and UHF. So he's got 2 radios, but he can't run them both simultaneously. So his number is 1. Now, in 2023, when the Outdoors Net was out here at Trojan Park, we had a 33 centimeter radio operating, HF radio operating, and UHF VHF radio operating. So we had, I want to say it was 4. I want to say we had a 2 meter station, a 70 centimeter station, a 33 centimeter station. No, it was like 5, because we had a couple of HF radios as well, working a couple of different bands. But that's because we had 6 people sitting around. So make sure that your number there is the number of radios with operators to operate them simultaneously. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and go down into the classes. Class A, club or non-club portable. Club or non-club group of 3 or more persons set up specifically for field day. Such stations must be located in places that are not regular station locations and must not use facilities installed for permanent station use. Let me let this reset. You may not use any structure installed permanently for field day. A single licensee or trustee for the entry is responsible for the group entry. All equipment, including antennas, must be within a circle whose diameter does not exceed 300 meters or 1,000 feet. To be listed as a Class A, all contacts must be made with transmitter or transmitters and receivers operating independent of commercial power mains. Let me read this GOTA, the Get on the Air. 4.1.1 Get on the Air Station, updated for 2025. Any Class A or Class F entry may also operate one additional station without changing its base entry category, known as the Get on the Air Station. This GOTA station may operate on any field day band, HF or VHF, but is limited to one GOTA station transmitted signal at a time. All right, let's go down to the other Class A station. Remember that first one I read you was 3 or more. Okay, 3 or more persons. All right. Class A battery, club or non-club portable, club or non-club group of three or more persons set up specifically for field day. All contacts must be made using an output power of 5 watts or less. Here you go. Here's QRP. Or less. And the power source must be something other than commercial power mains or motor-driven generators. Now, if you've got a wind-driven generator or a water-driven generator, then that's fine. It just can't be a motor-driven generator. Class B, 1 or 2 person portable. Now, Class A, remember the Class A, both the Class A's were 3 or more, all right? Class B is 1 or 2 person portable. Field day station set up, operated by no more than 2 persons. Other provisions are the same as for Class A, except it is not eligible for a GOTA or free VHF station. 1 and 2 person Class B entries will be listed separately. Class B battery. A field day station set up and operated by no more than 1 or 2 persons. All contacts must be made using an output power of 5 watts or less, and the power source must be something other than commercial mains or motorized or motor-driven generators. All right. All provisions are the same for the Class A, except it is not eligible for the GOTA. Class C, mobile. Stations in vehicles capable of operating while in motion and normally operated in this manner. This includes maritime and aeronautical mobile. If the Class C station is being powered from a car battery or alternator, it qualifies for emergency power, but does not qualify for the multiplier of 5, as the alternator battery system constitutes a motor-driven generator. Now, to expand just a little bit on that, that was a new category for last year. And if you have a motorhome, all right, and and you're sitting in the motorhome and you're running your station off of it, that is, even though that motorhome is sitting stationary, it is still considered a mobile station, because you can drive it down the road and squawk on the radio at the same time. So even if it's parked, that's okay. It's still considered a mobile station. All right, Class D is in Delta. Home stations. Stations operating from permanent or licensed station locations using commercial power. A Class D may work all field day stations. So, Ted, that's what you were talking about there. If you're just running out of the ham shack there at the house. Exactly. But here's another little add-on. Pardon me. Class E, as in Echo. Home stations, emergency power. Same as Class D, but using emergency power for transmitters and receivers. Class E may work all field day stations. So, Ted, there you go again. If you set a battery down there on the floor and run off of that versus your plugged into the wall power supply, you now get to operate as a Class E. Question, comments, or anything else for the mess there that I just read? This is WA7FSH, your net control station and host for this evening's Outdoors Net.
NHSQT.
SQT, go ahead.
Class Charlie, what if I have a mobile unit, but I put a tower next to it? Is that still considered mobile?
I'm gonna say no, although in years past there's definitely a gray area there as whether that was permanently affixed. But I am gonna say that if you've actually affixed a tower to it, that no longer makes it able to roll down the road. So no, it would not count.
Thank you. NHSQT.
Anybody else have something they'd like to throw in there? Tori Bell. Hi, hon.
BPI.
Yes, sir, Will. Go right ahead.
All right, let's say scenario
As we
we'll probably be looking at tomorrow, and that is I head out there and I bring my equipment, and at least one of my radios gets set up at our operation there, and then after a few hours I've had about as much as I can handle and need to get back home for other stuff, so I pack up and leave. First off, where does that leave the group out there at Trojan Park when it comes to the classification and exchange? And let's say that I get home and hook the radio up to my battery and run emergency power and make a few more contacts later on in the evening from the home station. Would I guess that'd be completely changed for me then, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah, if you're going to go to the home station, you know, and I don't see any descriptions in here, as there was in years past, about it being an open air, like a picnic shelter, versus an enclosed garage. Years past, even an enclosed garage was considered outdoors if it didn't have installed central heat or air or something of the sort. So yeah, I am I'm gonna tell you how to beat the racket, Wilt. Doesn't matter if you're up here at Trojan or if you're at the house. Operate from the truck. And this is why yours truly needs to get off of his tush and get that amateur extra, is because I want to get the Outdoors Net a club call sign. But I want to get the Outdoors Net a club call sign that has extra class privileges. That way, regardless of who you are or what license class you hold, if you are doing field day with the Outdoors Net, then we're using the club call sign. Everybody's using the club call sign. That way, everybody has extra class privileges because there is an operator in control there, etc., etc. So those exact instances are why I want to get the Outdoors Net a club call sign. I know for me, my first field day, I was a general, but boy, I was a wet behind the ears general. And the club call sign for the Columbia Amateur Radio Association in 7EI allowed me to, it just allowed me free run of the radio, basically. I got to, use the extra class frequencies. And boy, I just thought that was a hoot and a half. And I want to be able to, better let this reset. I want to be able to offer the very same experience. Doesn't matter if you're a tech or a general or whatever. That way everybody gets to use all the frequencies. We'll log them all under one group. That sort of thing. It's a work in progress, folks. Bear with me. But it is a work in progress. This is WA7FSH, your net control station and host for this evening's Outdoors Net. All right, over here to the exchange. Stations in ARRL/RAC sections will exchange their field day operating class and ARRL RAC section. Example: a 3 transmitter Class A station in Connecticut who also has a GOTA, get on the air station, and the extra VHF station would send as their exchange 3 Alpha Charlie Tango, or 3 Alpha CT. 3 being the number of operators or number of radios being operated simultaneously. Alpha being the designator for the class. And CT being Connecticut as the section, as the ARRL section. Now, I caution you all, because I know I goofed it up my first year. Keep in mind, folks, that yes, we are in Oregon. Oregon is one section. But not all states are like Oregon and Connecticut, all right? Washington, our neighbors to the north. There's a WWA, There is a WWA, Whiskey Alpha, that's Western Washington. There is an Echo Whiskey Alpha, which is Eastern Washington. And I think I read someplace that the state of Florida has 4 or 5 different sections within that one state. So keep your ear tuned to the fact that somebody from a section, from a state that has several sections in it, may not just say OR for Oregon or something. So keep your ear tuned to that, because if you don't have the correct exchange logged, then you're not going to get the points. Miscellaneous rules. A person may not contact for QSO credit any station from which they also participate. In other words, you can't talk across the parking lot to your... Well, you and I can't log each other. A transceiver used to contact one or more field day stations may not subsequently be used under any other call sign to participate in field day. So, Will, nobody else can use your 991A and log it under their call sign, and then you log it under yours. That's a no-no. The exceptions to that rule are field day stations may not subsequently be used, right, yada, yada, yada. Family stations are exempt provided the subsequent call sign used is issued to and used by a different family member. Field day contacts are allowed using phone, CW, digital, non-CW modes, and stations can be worked once per band per mode under this rule. Each contact must include contemporaneous direct initiation by both operators making a contact. Initiation of a contact may be by either local or remote control. Fully automated contacts are prohibited. For any of the 3 event modes, CW, phone, or digital, only one transmitted signal or data stream per band is permitted at any one time. Multi-streaming using Fox and Hound mode, de-expedition mode, or MSHVs are prohibited. All voice contacts are equivalent. All non-CW digital contacts are equivalent. Cross-band contacts are not permitted. Satellite QSOs, crossband contacts, are exempt. The use of more than one transmitter at the same time on a single band is prohibited. Exception. A dedicated get-on-the-air station may operate as prescribed in Rule 4.1. That's the extra or the free VHF. No repeater contacts are allowed. Now again, satellite contacts are exempt. Batteries may be charged while in use, except for Class D stations. The batteries must be charged from a power source other than commercial power mains. To claim the power multiplier of 5, the batteries must be charged from something other than a motor-driven generator or commercial mains. In other words, get out the solar panels. All right, all stations for single entry must be operated under one call sign, except when a dedicated GOTA station is operated as provided under Field Day Rule 411. Okay, I could go on half the night, but that's the basics of it right there. Those are the designations for the stations and how you need to pass and exchange your information. Questions, comments, or anything for the good of the net tonight? Well, I'll tell you what, my neighbors are all going to be mad down here because I'm going to be yakking on the radio all day and all night. I haven't figured out how yet to hook a truck to the RV and tow it down the road while I'm back here in the RV transmitting. So I quite haven't nailed that one down yet. But hey, we'll figure it out someday, right? This is WA7 FSH, your net control and host this evening. I missed the 8:30 time slot for a break, but gonna go ahead and do one here at 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and pause the outdoors net to allow any non-net stations needing to make a call to go ahead and do so. If you need to make a short call not pertaining to the business of this net, please do so. Boy, there's a troublemaker from way back. Mike, how you doing? KG7IRB. Did you need to make a contact, sir? What was that about Trojan, Mike? Well, Mike, myself, and, I don't know, 4 or 5 others of us are going to be down there at Trojan. We're not spending the night because I didn't pay their money to get a picnic shelter. But we'll be right inside the park entrance there on the left-hand side, that great big open area. So swing on by. We are going to do some hamburgers and whatnot. Man, it's been a while since I got to talk to you, so please swing on by, Mike. That'd be fun. Besides that, everybody needs to see this this fiasco that I'm going to attempt to float in the air.
What? That's going to be that way.
I caught about half of that. Try it again.
What day?
So, Saturday, we're going to get there, try and get over there about 8 a.m. and start getting stuff set up for 11 a.m. start. And, but yes, Saturday, please. That'd be fantastic. See ya. Been a while. All right. Anybody else? Anybody that needs to make a contact for any other reason other than the outdoors net? Well, I'm going to go ahead and check in KG7IRB. Let's do some more check-ins. Anybody else that would like to check in to the Outdoors Net this evening, please come now. All right, hearing none. Let me go ahead and open up the floor for questions, comments, anything anybody's got to, wants to talk about, wants to clarify, etc., etc. And if your group has a rolling dumpster fire going on like this net does, please tell us about it. I know there's got to be a few of you out there. WA7FSH.
Hey, SQD, done?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Well, I know the Odd Park is going to have their field day out at Stubb Stewart. They'll be out there for the full 24 hours overnight. I don't know what all the arrangements are. I haven't been following it that closely. But Stubb Stewart there, and then Portland Amateur Radio Club has a site in West Hillsboro, just off the 26th, not far from, I can't remember the town now, North Plains. So it's a couple sites to check out if you're doing some roving and checking out different field day sites. Maybe this keep
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Anybody else? I heard a snippet of a voice in there, but they weren't holding the repeater. Try that again, please.
Yeah, Glenn, the question about when Trojan Park opens. I looked it up, or Julie looked it up tonight, and it's at 10 a.m.
That pertains to the gated area where the picnic shelters are. The main area of the park, the fishing pond, the off-leash area, and the area where we will be is open from dawn until dusk.
Alrighty, very good. Yeah, I'll try. It's going to be a busy couple of days for me. Well, for all of us, anyway. What was I going to say? Something else? What is it? I don't remember. Yeah, the Amateur Radio Club, of course, they're going to be, I think, up at Larch Mountain again this year on the Oregon side. The Oregon and largemouth. WB7 VPI.
Roger, roger. I'll also throw out there that as quick as I can get Wilt to commit to it, the Outdoors Net would like to do the full 24 hours, except we're not going to do it around here where there are a bazillion people and like here at Trojan where you're, lucky if you're 40 feet above sea level. We'd kind of like to go, and Wilt's pointed out several to me, someplace central Oregon, high elevation, where we can set up some just ginormous antennas and whatnot, and operate away from any interference at all, just to see if we can reach the moon or not. So please keep this little fiasco in mind. It's a lot of fun, and literally this is our practice session for everything else we do. Wilt and I are going to go out to Exchange 27 on the Hood to Coast. Well, we're going to practice this weekend being able to drive up, throw a bunch of stuff out of the bed of the truck, and start talking. That's what this is. This is practice. And you fine-tune your skills now. WA7FSH. I love these warnings it puts down here. It says, consuming substances featured in this live. Yeah. In other words, do as I say, not as I do. All right. Anybody else? Any questions, comments, or anything for the net before we go ahead and close it down this evening?
N6UOW. Try one more time.
N6UOW, got you on the list. Did you have a question, comment, or anything?
I'm going to stop by the Beaverton Farmers Market, and then I'm going to start working my way west up 26 and up 47, and probably see Odd Park and see if I can see a couple of other things on Saturday. Come back and see a tiger still up. N6UOW.
Roger, roger. Fantastic. Well, if you manage to end up down here near Trojan Park, be sure to swing by and take a gander at this balloon that we're going to have holding this antenna up in the air. I'm excited about this. I really am. This is going to be a lot of fun. And I've got enough help and support behind me that I think we're going to be able to make this work.
Whiskey Oscar 7 X-ray.
Whiskey Oscar 7 X-ray. Go ahead.
Hey, just a couple quick questions. I just got out of class and I'm only catching the tail end of the net here, so humor me if you will. First one is the balloon antenna that you're talking about. Is this for field day, the upcoming field day festivities? And two, is it the one that you constructed that we talked about? Back to you.
Yes, yes, and yes. This idea was originally built for the 2023 field day. That's when I built and put up the 80-meter full wave loop in a horizontal configuration. Well, in a square. Horizontal polarized, a square, or actually it was a rectangle, configuration. This year, I'm cutting 2/3 of the antenna off, cutting the 14 gauge wire off, replacing it with 24 gauge wire to lighten the load, and we're gonna put it vertically. We're gonna deploy it vertically in a delta configuration. So hopefully the balloon holds it up in the air, and with the size of the balloon that Jason picked up, I do believe we will be able to lift the antenna and the appropriate guy ropes to hold it still in case the wind picks up. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of variables in here, but boy, with any luck, we'll be able to make some contacts.
Gotcha. W7X again. That sounds awesome. Do you mind reminding me one more time the date and time?
Field day runs Saturday and Sunday from, and I'll just give you the local times, starts at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Saturday morning and goes until 10:59 a.m. Sunday morning. So full 24 hours. And we will be down at the Trojan Park, owned by PGE. It hasn't been too hot. Somebody might bring a fishing pole along and catch lunch. So there is that too. Remember also, folks, guys, gals, you can bring the whole family. There's a disc golf course there, hiking trails, off-leash area for the pets, the whole 9 yards. This is we make a family affair out of it for sure. Okay, well, with nothing else, we'll go ahead and shut it down for the evening. If you got any questions or anything, feel free to shoot a call or an email or a text. I love field day. I absolutely love it. My first one ever was in 2021, and I just had a hoot. Haven't missed one since. So anyway, we'll go ahead and close down the net. Let me let this reset. The outdoors net is closed at 9:16 p.m. local time. This net operates through the courtesy of the Amateur Radio Relay Group Incorporated. If you'd like to learn more about supporting this repeater agency, please visit arrg.org. We also like to thank all stations that participated, as well as those who stood by to give us a clear operating frequency. This is WA7FSH, returning all frequencies and repeaters to undirected amateur use. 7-3 and have fun, everybody. Cool. There we go. Oh, mercy. So if anybody, let me do this before I shut the recordings off. If anybody is going to be in the northwest corner of Oregon, southwest corner of Washington, feel free to look up where the Trojan Park is. PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, owns the park. And swing by. We will not be hard to find. I promise you that. We'd like to see you. So swing by if you get a chance. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.